I'm Carissa Davenport.
I'm Josh Davenport, and we run Este Pizza in Park City.
Awesome. Glad to have you guys here with us today. So let's go back 9 years ago, right as you're opening. You don't really know what you're getting into. Tell me what that's like. What does the day-to-day of your business look like?
It was hectic. It was pretty chaotic at first because my father owns a construction company in Park City, and I had been helping him with that for quite a while. So I had some sort of business sense, but construction and pizza are very, very different things. And so there was a lot of learning as we went.
Awesome. And as you're learning, what seems to work out and what doesn't? What stays hard for you as a business owner?
I think in my opinion, the employees and the lack of employees in Park City was really, really difficult. Since it's so seasonal, it fluctuates a lot.
Sure.
And so trying to keep a solid crew for the first 4 or 5 years was really, really difficult.
Yeah, I'd say even 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
So 5, 6, 7 years of churning through employees.
Yeah.
Did that affect your customer experience at all?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because people would not know if it would be the same person when they came in. I mean, we were always constants, but they didn't know who they would see.
This is pretty common with pizza shops. So what did you guys try to do to overcome this yourselves?
Well, we tried to, put incentives in for employees to stick around originally, try and fail and try again. Like I said, everything, we were just throwing it at the wall to see if it would stick in the beginning.
So money, benefits, right? All of these common things that business owners try to attract and retain talent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's not working. We're 7, 8, 9 years in. Enter Wake Coaching. What did you tell Jeff and Allie that your biggest struggles were when they first met you?
When we first talked to Jeff and Allie, it was a lot of that we were having problems keeping employees long term and, making sure that we had correct systems and processes in place in order for employees to know what their day-to-day looked like and knew the best ways to do things. Because, for a long time we had just been kind of throwing stuff at the wall to see what would stick. And
Yeah, we kind of knew, we know in our head how everything needs to work, but we didn't have systems documented in place and in practice. That's a lot of what we've learned from them, from Wake Coaching.
So a lot of it was up here in your heads, and there's no real actual concrete, hey, this is how we do things, standard operating procedure.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Any other major struggles that you faced besides dealing with employees?
I think being on the same page sometimes was a little bit difficult, like not always communicating when things need to happen. Like the level 10 meetings, I think, have been extremely, extremely helpful because we're able to sit down and carve out a chunk of time where it's like, okay, these are the issues that we're facing. These are, our goals, all of those things that we can really sit down and say. And also scheduling, just like next week we have these events coming up, or, we've got this personally happening since we're a married couple that, it all kind of bleeds together.
Sure.
So.
Tell me more about these level 10 meetings. What goes into those, and how did Jeff and Allie guide that? How did Wake Coaching guide that for you?
Well, the level 10 meetings it's a chance once a week for us to sit down and, really map out what has happened in the past week and what will happen in the next week, as well as long-term goals. It seems, simple, and it seems like, we're aware of most of these things already, but it really gives us a way to sit down and map them all out and be ready for them and probably execute them in a better way.
And so as you're mapping out these problems, these opportunities, these threats, even dangers, planning for them, how has that helped your business become more sustainable?
Well, now we also know, like, okay, this issue, this is your job. And this issue, this is my job. And so we were able to really kind of like do a separation of powers where it was like, okay, you take care of this one thing and we'll talk about it next week. Is it done? If not, why? And that's been really, really helpful, because before it was like, okay, am I doing that? Or are you doing that?
Yeah, we both kind of did everything.
Yeah.
This gives us a way to, like I said, give it structure and map it all out. And it seems simple when you look at it like that, but honestly, they've helped us so much.
Yeah.
Organize everything, and I think we're headed in a really good direction.
Yeah.
Awesome. What made you decide to reach out to them in the first place for help? This is a hard question for a lot of business owners to answer. Do I need help? And now who can I ask? So what made you choose Wake Coaching specifically?
Well, I had gone through the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program, and a gal that was in my cohort actually recommended Allie and said, hey, these guys are wonderful. You should chat with them and see what you think. The first time that I talked to Allie, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. So
It really is who you know.
yeah, it truly,
yeah.
I mean, networking is huge.
Yeah, and that's another huge thing is the networking thing. We haven't been super great at, but they've shown us the value of it, I think. So
Yeah.
we're getting better at that as we go, I think.
There's
Absolutely.
great value in networking for sure. Jeff and Allie certainly understand that, and being able to tap into two phenomenal coaches' circles is just a huge opportunity for very busy pizza shop owners, for sure. All right, tell me about your experience with Wake Coaching. Just give me a high-level bird's eye view on what that's looked like.
Well, they've really helped us go through and kind of identify certain areas that we need to really create those core processes and make sure that they're documented, make sure that they're written down. And, we talked a lot about the 80-20 rule and how, 80% of it's in your brain, but only write 20% of it down. And that is enough for processes to be actually really understandable and complete.
Yeah, well, it's easy to get bogged down with all the small details of your processes through your business, and they've kind of showed us a way to simplify that while also highlighting the importance of it.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, top 3 takeaways from working with them that you would want other business owners to know if they're considering hiring Wake Coaching.
They're phenomenal. Truly, they really are just, as business coaches, but also as human beings, they're just wonderful people to work with. And
Very easy to talk to and get along with, and that, I think, breaks down a wall of this. It's professional, but at the same time, you feel like you're talking to somebody you know, and I feel like that helps you to open up and, see the flaws and the strengths of your business.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they help to kind of push you in ways that are you grow, but it's always in such a kind, loving way that it's really easy to be kind of pushed in that direction that you need to go without, being
Defensive
or
What 3 things specifically are you implementing at their advice?
So level 10 meetings between the two of us.
Great.
We've started doing that, which has been super, super helpful. Documenting all of our core processes and then our rocks list. So kind of our 90-day action plans and where we're going to go with those.
Yeah, long-term plans and where they need to be placed, along our timeline in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And what kind of changes have these implementations brought to your business?
So far, we're a lot more organized. We're still in the process of all that, but they've given us a great head start on, instead of having everything in our head, it's all documented, and any employee or manager or what have you has somewhere to go besides calling us and going, what do I do here? What's going on here? There's a process in place for everyone to look at.
Yeah.
And before then, there wasn't a process like that.
Not really.
At all,
It was just
right?
kind of, the processes weren't really there. It was kind of just what's in our head, like, hey, this is how you do it. This is how you do it, But now,
And then they're
now it's all
trusted
documented.
to either remember or fly by the seat of their pants.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
call us 20
Yeah.
times in a day.
Yeah. And again, it seems simple, but they really drove home a really easy way to document everything and keep it
Awesome.
organized.
So now your time at work can be productive. Your vacations can be vacations.
Exactly.
You can know that your business is going to run well with or without you.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Is there any advice of theirs that you didn't take?
don't think so.
No?
I think everything that they asked us, or they suggested to us that, hey, this is our process to do this, or these are how we do the 90-day action plan, the rocks. Everything we were really open to. I mean, we both want to work on the business and not in the business, and that's
the main goal.
Yeah.
That's the E-myth right there, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's been the hardest part, is for us to step out of being in it and not, focusing high level, big picture. So
As you've relinquished some of those controls and given them to your people, what kind of difference are you seeing?
Well, we're still in the process of doing that.
yeah. But the times that we have kind of let go of the reins, our team has done a phenomenal job. I mean, they're very competent. They're wonderful people that, we're very happy to have working for us. And so I think the more that we have everything documented and say, okay, here's the manager book, go for it. And I think they'll be able to do it just fine. So
Yeah, it's just those little things that need to be documented and set out for them. And, I think it's going to eliminate them calling us constantly by a lot. Because it's things, it's simple things. But like I said, if you can give them a roadmap of something that they already kind of know, but now they have everything written out in a simple way, it'll give us more free time to think of the bigger picture longer term rather than just picking up the little pieces here and there.
If you know another business owner is facing the same kind of challenges that you're facing, inside or outside of the restaurant industry, what would be your advice to them around hiring wake coaching or a similar program?
do it now. Don't wait.
Yeah, it's worth
Really,
it.
it's 100% worth
Weight
it.
coaching is worth it.
Yeah, and we've been so incredibly happy with working with them and have come so far.
Worth your money,
Absolutely.
Of course.
worth your time,
Absolutely.
Definitely.
worth their time.
Yes.
Awesome.
Hopefully it was worth their time.
They're very nice people. At least they
Yeah.
played it off like that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being here today, guys. We appreciate it, and we'll go ahead and wrap the interview here.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.